Welcome to this session about how mastering your business is all about mastering your data. So having the right product at the right price, at the right place, backed up by the right promotion, has always been the recipe for success in business. This is not new, and this is how we've been operating for decades, if not centuries. The new thing in 2021 is that in order to be successful in today's market, you need to have a transparency in your business and across your business, which is unprecedented. You need to, in other words, be a data-driven enterprise to succeed. And that is a different animal to deal with and a different challenge you have. And this is what this presentation is all about. So I will talk a little bit about the challenges and issues that we see companies have and how we can actually deal with that to be successful. But first, a little bit about myself and the company I represent. My name is Kristian Molbech. I'm a sales executive of Stibo Systems, responsible for the business in the Nordic region. And we are a global software company headquartered in Aarhus, Denmark. We have and serve around 500 of the largest corporations across industries and across the world, helping them to actually maintain and manage their trusted source of operational data to provide transparency in their business for them to become a data-driven company. So what do we see in the world today? What do we learn and hear when we talk to customers, partners, and analysts? What are the key obstacles to become successful in today's market? And two things sticks out: data maturity and transparency. It's the most critical topics for companies that are building competitive advantages through the transformative technologies and generation of deep insight. The data volumes keep accelerating at an exponential rate. The velocity of data growth is speed of light, and the variety of data are expanding to emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, social media, etc. So this opens the road for completely new use cases in every industry and also to disruption of entire industries, but it also creates complexity beyond imagination. So transparency, we've been hearing from the market about the importance of transparency for a while now. And we firmly believe that this is at the center of all the problems and needs that our customers have, and the demand is growing. Data that can be trusted are the key enablers of the fourth industrial revolution, or on a company level, your digital transformation and becoming a data-driven enterprise. And the transparency that customers, organizations, and regulators demand. And it requires several things to deliver effectively. Among them, an internal culture of openness, data that can be trusted, and a willingness to share data even when it may feel uncomfortable. All this with a focus on the end user. Lack of transparency impacts business outcomes, which any good data strategy should deliver on, and which end user business stakeholders care about the most. And transparency will remain a mega theme in 2021 and beyond. It's been a theme already for some years, but it will not go away anytime soon. As consumers, our interest and demand into trustworthy, environmentally and social conscious products and brands have done nothing but increase exponentially. 95% of consumers says brands that provide consumers with detailed information about their products and services earn their trust. 70% of consumers are very interested in transparency about specific products. This could be about where a specific product has been produced, who made it, how did it get here, what are the carbon footprint, how much liter of water did go to produce a certain pair of jeans or whatever you have, just as an example. And as citizens, we are more aware than ever before of data. This comes as a result of several high-profile data breaches in recent years and an increased emphasis from governments and consumers on the entire content and journey of the products they consume. Not only are more food safety and labeling laws on the rise throughout the world, but these laws increasingly require deeper transparency into suppliers to ensure government guidelines are met. As an example, an Italian telco was fined 27 million euros in 2018 due to GDPR violations that included improper management of consent lists, data breaches, and lack of proper consent management. And in an ever-changing business landscape, companies turn to transformative technologies to increase their innovation capabilities, agility, consumer centricity, and to power us to make more informed decisions. At the same time, 81% of consumers believe the companies they interact with provide a disconnected experience. So there are really room for a lot of improvement in this space. Also, we know from the retail industry that the digitally transformed retailers actually outperform their competitors with 68% in total return on shareholder value. So many companies are approaching a tipping point where investments in those transformative technologies are showing diminishing results due to a low data maturity. Companies are allocating more and more money, time, and energy into transformative technologies as they are increasingly seen as enablers of competitive advantage. But the data volume, the variety and velocity, as I just mentioned before, has increased exponentially, but many companies' ability to handle this complexity hasn't evolved. Many companies are approaching a point, which we in this graph calls the inflection point, where their customer centricity, the compliance and profitability are seriously hampered by their low data maturity and quality. This has become even more evident driven by the global COVID-19 pandemic. The most data mature companies have actually thrived during the pandemic, while those who were unprepared and immature in many cases went out of business or are still suffering. So if we dig one step deeper into the issue here, every business is run on a set of applications, your application suite or your application portfolio. This spans from anything from ERP to CRM to machine learning to what have you. It is the entire business platform, application platform that runs your business. And as an example, your applications powered by machine learning and artificial intelligence need high quality data to train the algorithms properly. The advanced analytic engines need quality master data to combine it with other data sources to achieve deep insights. This entails tying master data to sales, inventory, clickstreams, web analytics, and Internet of Things, just to mention a few. Business intelligence platforms rely on master data to provide an accurate snapshot of the state of the business and to provide credible input for strategic decision making. The e-commerce, your inventory, ERP and point of sale systems rely on accurate product data to present product availability and attributes correctly and consistently across touchpoints. Marketing platforms and customer relationships management need 360-degree customer profiles and extensive and consistent product data to provide customers with relevant and personalized offers and content. So to put some numbers on the problem of cost of bad data, as it is, business struggle to manage the volume and complexity of data they currently have. There's a Harvard Business Report reporting that only 3% of companies' data meets basic quality standards. This is a very expensive problem to have. A report reviewed by the MIT Sloan Management reported the estimated impact of bad data to be between 15 and 25% of revenue for most companies. And at the same time, 69% of business executives reports that they cannot create a data-driven organization. 75% of the CEOs experience problems with their data infrastructure midway through a digital transformation initiative. And 50% of analytics staff time is spent on data processing and cleanup, limiting scalability and creating employee dissatisfaction. So what should we do about all these challenges and issues? How can we address it? Which approach should we take and what solutions could be available to overcome the obstacles and actually be a data-driven enterprise with transparency within and around your enterprise to be a successful company creating the competitive advantage that we are all thriving for? Well, as we talked about before, at the core of the problem is the low data maturity. So a good place to start is addressing that problem first. And accelerating data maturity depends on the ability to build a foundation of high quality master data. You need one place to manage and to control and update and drive your master data. It cannot be sourced out or delegated to one of your systems or one of your departments or one of your geographical units. It is not working if you do it in your ERP systems or your CRM systems or what have you. It has to be a centrally managed, dedicated system who does only that. For many companies, the current way of managing master data is increasingly unsustainable. In many ways, in many companies, the master data is still stored in spreadsheets or siloed across disparate systems and departments. And this is not a viable way to actually address the problem that we just talked about. You will need a future state where everything is unified in a master data system across the domains, integrated in a platform that is accessible by all users and all business processes seamlessly. We call it a digital business hub. And there are many reasons and many obstacles to achieve that. First of all, when you do mergers and acquisitions, when you grow, your merged or acquired companies are rarely joined properly. Over time, the problems multiplies and the manual data reconciliation processes becomes unmanageable. Also, data is shared and used in a more decentralized way. An increasing number of people are using or editing data across the enterprise. And to add to the complexity further, there is a huge proliferation of IT platforms and technology, such as AI and machine learning, cloud technologies, etc. So there are more sources, more systems, more applications where data is collected or produced and stored and used. And the complexity of these data, as we talked about earlier, are also increasing. The heterogeneous data sources, high volumes of data, and a myriad of unstructured data types are now adding to the existing data management problems. And finally, industries are becoming ecosystems, where suppliers, distributors, customers, competitors, and government agencies cooperate seamlessly and depend on each other to share data. So, establishing a digital business hub will improve your data maturity and will address many of the problems and obstacles we have talked about here to become a data-driven and enterprise with the transparency that your customers are demanding. And a digital business hub is built on a single scalable platform that connects and syndicates master data across all data domains, that being products, customers, locations, stores, suppliers, or what have you, to create comprehensive on-demand view of your business and operating units. This is the transparency we talked about earlier, and to leverage accurate, up-to-date information. The value driven here by providing access to the same golden records with relevant information linked together, securely accessible to all parties in a governed fashion. Traditionally, analytics are being performed on individual domains, but the true value is in analytics on multi-domain. So analyzing your business with the transparency that a digital business hub will provide will give you more insight into your business. Data may be the language of modern businesses, but not everyone has fluency in this new language. The knowledge gap between data users and business users is so significant that often trying to share straightforward analysis may result in misunderstanding or worse, lack of trust. Having a common language and foundation that can short-circuit the frustration back and forth between data professionals and business professionals is critical for businesses that wish to become more data-driven. And to be very clear, the digital business hub is not a product. It is not something you can buy somewhere. It's a broader enterprise model that is built by organizations who buys modern, mature, and versatile master data management platforms to build on. So, in terms of business value, what does it mean building a digital business hub? It will allow you to run your business better, and it will optimize and allow you to propel growth in your business. For example, it will enhance your operational efficiency by streamlining and automating your business processes. It will manage and mitigate risk by ensuring data for critical decisions is accurate and updated. It will deliver exceptional experiences to your customers by providing product experience across markets and channels, and enable your customers and partners to make confident and trustworthy decisions and choices. It will accelerate and support your digital transformation. It will fuel your artificial intelligence algorithms, your Internet of Things systems in real time to make personalization initiatives with high quality data. It will drive your brand differentiation, and it will deliver greater value to you and to your customer, and it will provide you the return on investment you're looking for. And finally, it will increase your business agility. It will proactively enable you to pivot or adapt to evolving markets or customers. You will be able to respond to challenges quickly, onboard products quickly, and you could add challenge and manage the expansions with your mergers and acquisitions. So to summarize it all up, what does it mean? Why is data the most important thing? Well, first of all, because 95% of your customers are telling you that this is the most important thing. 95% says that brands that provide detailed information about their products and services, that is transparency, earn their trust. 70% are interested in specific details and transparency about products. So accurate, timely, actual, and trustworthy data is the lifeblood of successful companies. And why do you need a master data system to do this? Why can't you do it in a spreadsheet or in an ERP system or what have you? Well, simply because it doesn't provide you the complete enterprise view, and it doesn't provide you the transparency outside and abroad your company and enterprise to participate in the ecosystems that evolves around your company. The volume, the velocity, and variety of data that we've talked about earlier, that alone makes it completely impossible not to have it in a centralized, managed, and dedicated system such as a master data system. It will unify your siloed systems and your data that is locked in those systems that your company is using every day. It will optimize your business to run better. It will transform your business to propel growth. And it will, and as we saw earlier, there's an example of the most digital savvy companies actually outperform their competitors. So it is good investment to build this technology stack in the right way. And how to do it, we talked about unifying all master data across all data domains into one integrated platform, building on a digital business hub model that all users and business processes can access seamlessly. In parallel, you need to analyze your business processes. Some of it may need to be adjusted. Maybe your organization needs to be adjusted or changed. You need new competences. For instance, you need to build a new data governance model to support the whole thing. And if you do that, I'm sure you will become a data-driven enterprise and be very successful. Thank you.